This is ABC15 Mornings.
1 week later, and now we have new developments in the deadly helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant and 8 others. Why that helicopter should not have even been in the air that day.
I found needles walking my kids to school.
Syringes found laying on a school playground. Parents now demanding answers from the Valley School District, saying they are not taking the problem seriously.
Plus, we've got a live look at you this morning from Florida at Hard Rock Stadium. The Niners and the Chiefs facing off for Super Bowl 54. In addition to the crystal clear blue skies that they're seeing there, we're also going to look at the security that is in place ahead of that big game. My husband is there with some of his friends, my brother-in-law. Yesterday it was rainy all day. They got a little nervous. Boy, talk about a turnaround there. Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. So we thank you for being here with us for ABC 15 Mornings on this Sunday. I'm Nohelani Graf.
And I'm Justin Pizzera. You know, just a few minutes ago, it was Groundhog's Day. Well, it's still Groundhog's Day,
right.
But Punxsutawney
Yes.
Phil, you know, and
getting his moment.
Getting his moment in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. He did not see a shadow apparently, so that means spring is
coming earlier.
Oh, there he is. There's that little sucker right there.
Notice though every time how everybody is dressed there. They're all bundled up. We even saw at one point this morning it was starting to snow. There were flurries, so you know that the thought of an early spring for them is welcome news in Pennsylvania. It's a pretty fun tradition, but here's the thing, take it for what it's worth, because it turns out that Phil's not very accurate, really. He's only been on point 14 times since 1988. So
he's got a little work to do, just a little bit of practice.
Judging by our forecast, spring certainly feels like it's early this weekend, but then Old Man Winter's going to go, not done with you yet, starting tomorrow. So first, right now, it's actually really nice out. It's cool, but it's more mild than we've seen the last couple of mornings. We're starting off in the 50 in many Valley cities, 53 in Phoenix and Mesa, 50 degrees in Goodyear right now, so it feels good. Also, I know big plans for a lot of people today ahead of the Super Bowl. It's a great day for grilling. By 10, we're in the low 60s. By 2, we're in the mid 70s. So it's actually going to get pretty hot out by the grill if you've got company coming over, because we're going to get even warmer than that. I'll talk about just how warm we are going to get this afternoon coming up in that most accurate forecast.
Developing right now in Tempe, a motorcycle crashing into a home, sending a man and woman to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. This was the scene near Mill and Southern. No other vehicles were involved in this one. Right now, detectives are trying to figure out if the driver was impaired or what exactly caused him to crash into that house.
There were people inside the residence when the accident occurred, when the collision occurred. Nobody inside the residence suffered any injuries.
Yeah, well, the man and woman who were hurt were on that motorcycle. The cause of that crash has not been determined. Also in Tempe, we are working to get more details after a woman and baby boy were found dead in an apartment complex near McClintock in the US 60. Police have ruled out carbon monoxide or a gas leak and say there is no evidence of a murder-suicide. Medical examiners were on site last night, but it could be days before we learn what the cause of death actually is.
A school cleanup event really taking a dark turn when instead of bringing the community together, parents say they found syringes and other drug paraphernalia.
ABC 15's Chloe Marr spoke to parents about the safety concerns and why the school says there is nothing to worry about.
Sarah Fierro and Josie Slawinski are parents of students at Washington Elementary concerned for their children's safety.
I found needles walking my kids to school. They say they sweep the campus before kids, start school, but I found them myself.
They say the school is littered with drug paraphernalia on a daily basis, but the school's administration disagrees.
Our facilities people, they take really good care of our grounds, and they look for things every single day and make sure that our grounds are kept up and that they're safe for our kids.
The school hosted a cleanup event targeting leaves and trash, but on the field where their students play.
We found aluminum foils that were burnt. We found 2 syringes, caps. We also found a little baggie with residue in it.
The kids are in danger, Nobody wants to send their kids to school and have them risk being stuck by a needle.
As a parent, wouldn't want another child getting poked, because that's a lifetime of testing. It's not going to be just 6 months of testing, it'll be a lifetime of testing.
Fierro says she's alerted the school to needles found around campus. The needles are then disposed without further communication.
Notify the parents that it is a problem and just raise awareness about it because we shouldn't be kept in the dark.
In Phoenix, Chloe Marr, ABC 15, Arizona.
The man accused of killing 2 other people last night has died after police say he turned the gun on himself. We brought you this as breaking news yesterday as the investigation got underway at a home near 32nd Street and Broadway. Phoenix police telling us 27-year-old Bryant Santiago shot and killed a 52-year-old woman in front of the home before running inside. And when police arrived, they found a 53-year-old man dead and the suspect, who had a serious gunshot wound but was still alive at the time. So he was rushed to the hospital where he did eventually die. The motive for the shooting is still unknown. This morning, police are searching for a gunman who shot and killed a man early yesterday morning. The victim was found in the parking lot of an apartment complex near Northern Avenue in the I-17. If you know anything about what happened here, police definitely could use your help. Give them a call. It has been 1 week now since that deadly helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and 7 other people on board.
The coroner's office in Los Angeles determining that all the victims died because of the impact of that crash. Their deaths all ruled accidental. We're also learning, though, the company that owned that helicopter was not certified to allow its choppers to fly in visibly bad weather, although the pilot himself was licensed to fly in low visibility situations. On the day of the crash, clouds were low in the San Fernando Valley. The wreckage of that crash was moved to a Phoenix facility earlier this week for further analysis. The NTSB is now looking into what caused the aircraft to actually go down, and some say that could take months or even years. Kobe Bryant's former high school is paying tribute to him. School leaders unveiled an image of him during a ceremony on Saturday. The tribute also honored the other 8 people who died in that helicopter crash. Kobe graduated from the Lower Marion High School just outside Philadelphia before going straight to the NBA, where he played for the Lakers for 20 years.
Now, of course, people all over the world have been mourning. They have been celebrating his life and his legacy. But this is so frustrating. Unfortunately, that means that scammers are always out there and they are trying to actually capitalize on his death.
They always come out. So counterfeit Kobe signatures, they're popping up on the internet as fans try to get a piece of memorabilia from his playing days.
The volume of stuff we're seeing is obviously increased, and the stuff I'm seeing in online auctions, specifically eBay, has really kind of blown me away the last few days in terms of just straight up fake.
Steve Grad works for Beckett Authentication Services. During his career, he's confirmed the identity of thousands of Kobe Bryant signatures on cards, jerseys, basketballs, and other memorabilia.
You know, he's limited his name in terms of his autograph. It used to be Kobe Bryant at one time. Then it just went to Kobe with his number 8. And then he also went to KB.
This week, he's seen items with Kobe's signature selling on eBay for $2,000 to $12,000. Nearly all of them fake. Authentic signatures are the rare exceptions.
And it seems like people are getting caught up too much in this euphoria. And there's only one other time in my entire life I saw something like this happen, and it was in 2009 when Michael Jackson passed away. And people just seem to kind of lose their inhibition for spending money. They'll just buy anything.
Victims often lose more than money. Steve Kirkin at Autograph Live, a forgery watchdog group, says getting a fake can taint memories for fans.
They're heartbroken when they find out that the piece is fake. And then every time they think of Kobe, they'll think they got screwed.
There are things you can do to protect yourself if you have your heart set on getting a piece of memorabilia now.
PayPal is the best way to go, because if you use regular PayPal, not their friends and family, you have full buyer protection.
In local news for you right now, a Mesa police officer hit by a car in a parking lot near Guadalupe and Dobson. And we're learning this morning it all started when the officer was responding to reports of a car doing donuts. Police tell us when the officer got to the scene, a driver hit him and then just took off. The officer has minor injuries, and that driver is still on the run this morning.
Also in Mesa, the State of the City address is happening this week. Mayor John Giles says that he is going to be presenting the healthy economy and track record of the results. It's happening at the Mesa Convention Center on Tuesday at 7 in the morning. If you want more information because you'd like to attend, you can check out the city's website. Also happening tomorrow, Banner Healthcare is holding a job fair to fill all kinds of positions. You can apply by heading to their corporate center in Mesa from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. You'll find that on Brown Street. Walk-ins are welcome. But remember, you're encouraged to bring lots of copies of your resume and make sure that you dress to impress, because you never know who's going to be talking to you on site.
And you might need to wear a jacket as you head into that.
Which is going to sound a little counterintuitive, considering today you're going to be shedding layers and you're definitely going to want to cool down. Tomorrow, a major change is going to be underway. So a little bit of everything, really, for everybody, a little bit of something for everybody. Great hiking day. Once again, if you want to get out on the trails, they were packed yesterday, but you may want to hike in the earlier half of the day because it is going to be rather warm in the second half of the day. By midday, we're at 70 degrees. Burn time is about 45 minutes, so just make sure you're putting that sunscreen on. If you go for a sunset hike, we're still in the low 70s, so definitely a warmer day on tap. But then huge changes settle in next week. Stronger wind gusts start this evening and across northern Arizona especially. We do have valley rain chances tomorrow, high country snow chances, and temperatures are going to be crashing. In fact, we have valley freeze watches in effect. Already this morning, we are colder in the high country by 15 degrees in Flagstaff, but we're warmer here in the valley by 6 degrees. 10 degrees warmer in Safford. I'll talk about what that means for our temperatures today and that incoming storm coming up in that full forecast.
The security measures are being put in place ahead of today's Super Bowl in Miami. We know all about this in the Valley.
We have seen it firsthand.
Yeah, hundreds of thousands of fans. They're expected to head to the city for all of the festivities surrounding the face-off between the Kansas City Chiefs and the 49ers. The National Guard is securing the airspace above the game. Commercial and private planes will not be allowed to fly anywhere near the stadium.
What our job is to just ensure that if someone does inadvertently fly in there, that they're safely escorted out.
Yeah, on the ground, an increased presence of officers with bomb-sniffing dogs to make sure that there are no threats around the stadium.
Also gearing up for the big game, we're going to be hearing from some of the top players from both teams before they hit the field.
And a special night for Cardinals rookie quarterback Kyler Murray at the NFL Honors Awards.
老奶奶，别看了，这是咱们村的无人机啊！你不戴口罩就不要出去，不要乱跑，记得。
Yeah, that is a drone talking. Preventing the spread of the coronavirus, video shows China using drones to tell people to wear their masks outdoors. Wearing a mask is mandatory as the country works to prevent the spread of that virus. So the video has gone viral, with a lot of folks praising the creative and efficient way to raise awareness. A warning now from the Better Business Bureau about tax identity theft during the tax season. It's easy for someone to steal your return. Really, all they need is your social security number. The BBB also says to be aware of IRS imposters. It says if someone calls you and demands money immediately, of course, do not pay it. In Tucson, we are learning that about 200 civilian employees at the Davis-Monthan Air Force Base are getting laid off. According to our sister station, KGUN 9, the workers are not employed by the base itself, but by a private company called DynCorp. So that company says that they were hired to do maintenance work on some of the aircraft, but those jobs were handed over to active duty troops.
Well, it was an exciting day at the Waste Management Phoenix Open yesterday with a couple of huge changes up on the leaderboard.
ABC 15's Colin Harmon at TPC Scottsdale with the latest from round 3.
Tony Finau has missed the last 4 cuts prior to this year at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Earlier this week, he said he loves the tournament and the course. The results just haven't been there. Well, now he's the 54-hole leader by 1 after a 9-under 62.
It was really good. It was really fun. You know, coming down the stretch there, I try to just enjoy myself, no matter how I'm playing. And you know, obviously, when you're playing well, it seems to be more fun. But you know, those shots into 15, 16, 17, those are so fun. Just be in that atmosphere and feel the electricity and the energy from the crowd. So I was happy that I was able to capitalize on that one on 16. That was quite fun to hit that shot. And man, I'm pretty happy with being a couple under in that Kobe jersey. Looks like I'll be wearing it tomorrow.
One shot behind Finau is Webb Simpson, who turned in the other round of the day with a 7-under 64, fueled by his ace on the par 3 12.
As soon as I hit it, I knew I hit a good shot. I quit watching it because I can't see the green. I mean, I can't really see that well. And to gauge how far it was from the hole, I was looking at the crowd, and they got more excited. Then their hands went up. And at first, my first thought was that couldn't have gone in, and then it dawned on me they're really excited. So it was fun.
I've got 18 holes to try and win this golf tournament, and you know, my expectation is exactly that.
Can Finau buck the trend and hold on to the lead? We'll find out at 11:05 when he tees off in the final group with Hudson Swafford and Webb Simpson. At the Waste Management Phoenix Open, Colin Harmon, ABC 15 Sports.
And I know it was packed out there yesterday on the course, and I saw my social media feed was full. Everybody with short sleeves, though. That was definitely the case because it was warm out.
You're going to need it again today.
Definitely. In fact, it's going to be a little warmer today than it was yesterday, but it's going to be gorgeous once again, just in time for the second half of your weekend here. We're looking at another clear day. We're looking at a warmer day. We're going to come closer to 80 this afternoon, but then we've got some big changes settling in tomorrow. Temperatures right now are more mild across central and southern Arizona. We've got a mix of 40s and 50s. 51 degrees in Yuma right now, 57 in Ajo, 50 degrees in Tucson. But north of the rim, it's colder this morning than it was this time 24 hours ago. We're down to 21 degrees in Flagstaff, 22 at the Grand Canyon. We've dipped below freezing in Page. We're also in the 20s in Window Rock, 25 in Show Low. Here in the valley, we've got a mixed bag. So we're looking at current temperatures at 45 in Surprise and Peoria, 44 in Levine. But we're sitting at 50 degrees in Goodyear, 51 in Deer Valley, as well as Tempe. 42 in Gilbert, 44 in Queen Creek, and all the temperatures will continue to dip just a little bit more in this next hour as we get closer to sunrise. So by 7, we're back down into the 40s, but then by 9, we're back into the mid 50s. So if you are heading out for the final day of the Phoenix Open today, it's going to be nice. Be ready. 65 at 11, 73 by 1, continuing to climb in between 3 and 5 o'clock, I think is when we'll reach our warmest time of the day. So that means a high of 79 in Scottsdale as well as Mesa. I think we might hit 80 degrees in Gilbert. We'll come close in Ahwatukee, just 2 degrees shy. 78 the forecast for Goodyear, 77 in Surprise and Peoria for your afternoon. Similar temperatures to our south, 79 in Casa Grande, upper 60s in Globe, same with Safford, topping out at 69. We're in the mid 60s in the Verde Valley area, 66 in Sedona, 64 in Prescott, and then north of the rim more mild, a high of 54 in Flagstaff, 60 in Window Rock, 68 in Winslow, with upper 70s along our western border. Now, we do have some weather alerts in effect. All the areas that you see in mustard here, there's a high wind warning that goes into effect this evening. That's Mojave County, that's north of the rim. And then in the northeastern plateau area, Window Rock, Chinle Valley, we have a wind advisory in effect. So we're going to see much stronger gusts. That will include the valley. So starting this afternoon is when we start to see in Mojave County, those winds pick up. They could go around 25 to 30 miles an hour. Then they get stronger in the Flagstaff area late tonight, overnight across northern Arizona. And then by tomorrow, we have widespread wind across our state. Here in the valley, around 10 to 15 miles an hour, but we could see 20-mile-an-hour gusts. We're going to see strong winds up in northeastern Arizona, Show Low 25-mile-an-hour winds. And then again along our western border, same thing. We can't rule out occasional gusts up to 40 miles an hour for northern Arizona between tonight and tomorrow. Futurecast also, that storm is going to start to move in early Monday morning to northern Arizona. We've got snow chances moving through Flagstaff and Sedona by lunchtime. And then around lunchtime is when our rain chances pick up here in the valley and through the middle of the afternoon. But it's still a straight chance for a scattered shower here in the valley. I don't think this is going to be a big rainmaker, less than 1/10 of an inch, I think, for us. But for snow chances, we could be looking at 1 to 3 inches across the high country. So enjoy the warmer weather today. Tomorrow, with those storm chances, our temperatures dip into the 60s. Colder moving into Tuesday morning with lows in the low 30s. Highs in the mid 50s Tuesday and Wednesday. So make sure that you start protecting those plants on Monday into Tuesday morning and into Wednesday morning, because we already have freeze watches in effect. I'm going to go over those coming up in just a little bit this morning.
So you get a text message about a delivery you have coming up and they want you to click on a link. Coming up, I'll show you how to tell if it's the real deal.
The NFL taking time last night to honor the late Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and the 7 others killed in that helicopter crash exactly 1 week ago. MVP Peyton Manning saying that the NFL joins the country and the world in mourning the loss. of those victims. The NFL Honors does recognize Players of the Year and the top performances of 2019 ahead of the Super Bowl. And following his electric debut with the Arizona Cardinals, Kyler Murray taking home a special honor.
And the 2019 AP Offensive Rookie of the Year is Kyler Murray.
You know, Kyler's promise, along with the rest of the team, one of the big reasons Larry Fitzgerald said he decided to re-sign for the next year. He's excited about it. Overall, Murray finished with more than 3,700 passing yards, 544 rushing yards, and 24 touchdowns. He does become the third player in Cardinal history to be selected as the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year. Congrats to him and the rest of the Bird Gang.
Man, it's an honor to play this game and represent the Arizona Cardinals. I want to thank the Bidwell family, Steve Keim, Coach Kingsbury, for all your trust and support this season. I give my all to this game. I give my all to my teammates. And I understand that this is an individual award, but I wouldn't be standing up here right now if it weren't for my teammates, everybody in the building that, helped me out this season. To the Red Sea, I know this wasn't, the season that we had hoped for. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of great moments, a lot of bad moments, but I want to say thank you for always being there for us. To my family, my parents, my brother and sister back home. I know y'all watching. I just want to say I love you guys. Y'all mean the world to me. Lastly, I got to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Thank you and God bless.
See, but that is why we got to have faith in this team, despite the record this year, because his personal performance was amazing. Continuing with the awards, Cards receiver and fan favorite Larry Fitzgerald also named the first ever Microsoft Surface Anything But Ordinary Player of the Year. The vote comes from fans, so it makes sense. Fitz was selected for his passion and his skill, as he also documents his unique experiences around the world in photographs. He loves to travel, and anywhere that will give him an adventure. He's come here before and talked to us about it, and we just love him. So congrats to Larry as well. Now, in the meantime, sticking with football, Super Bowl 54, just hours away now.
The Chiefs are back in the Super Bowl, get this, for the first time since 1969.
50 years.
Yeah, while the Niners are back for the first time since 2013, so not that long ago. So this one should be a great battle.
Oh, yeah.
2 good days of practice, and I'm sure having 2 weeks to go over the game plan and get locked in like that, it's helped these guys and all of us. But I think just, we know what the moment is.
I've been there 7 years, and it feels like I've been there all 50, man. The way that city rallies around this group, you can feel how much they appreciate the hard work, the dedication, and bringing home W's, man.
Oh, I know fans on both sides are so excited. The game gets underway in Miami at Hard Rock Stadium. J-Lo and Shakira, of course, the Latin headliners. They're going to be headlining the Pepsi halftime show, so you know they are going to be moving and shaking. It's just going to be a big old dance party you can expect.